guys, Laura here. I'm here to do my September TBR. This month is going to change a lot of things because I'm going back to school. I'm going to be student teaching, and I will, in theory, have less time to read, but I will be on a train more. So I might actually have more time to read. It really just depends. But I am also going to the Boston Teen Book Festival this month, and I'm also going to Comic-Con next month in October. So my goal is to try to read as many physical books as I can, but I also do have a lot of like e-arcs of stuff. So I'm gonna do all my physical books that I have that are like coming out in or around September, and then I'll tell you guys about my e-arcs. I really don't know what I'm gonna read this month, but these are my goals. If I can read like 10 books, I would be thrilled. I just don't think that's gonna happen. But I am listening to Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, which is actually one of my favorite Harry Potter books because I'm following along with the Harry Potter book club. And I'm also listening to City of Heavenly Fire so I could finally move on and get on to Lady Midnight. So that's what I'm listening to, and I'm also started reading Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. So it's a lot of Harry Potter reading going on. But here's all the books that I pulled. Most of these books I got from from BookCon, or I got because I have e-arcs of them. So I'm going to read Replica by Lauren Oliver because I have an e-arc of the sequel. I heard really good things about this book. I am going to read it one chapter at a time one chapter from each side, because I heard that's like the best way to read this book. But I will definitely give you guys my thoughts at the end. Yeah, so I'm excited to read this. I think I'm going to read this book next, actually. So this will be the one that I start reading tonight. And the next book I'm going to read is one of my highly anticipated books for September, and that is There's Someone Inside Your House by Stephanie Perkins. She's actually doing a book signing in the city, and I get to meet her and get her to sign this, and Lola, which is my favorite Stephanie Perkins book. And this is her first horror novel. I've heard the only person I have heard finish this book did not actually finish it. He DNF'd it. But I have a lot more easier taste than him, so hopefully I'll like it, but hopefully I'll read it and I'll let you guys know my thoughts soon. The next book was another Strand find, and it is Clicked by Tamara Ireland Stone. This is another summer novel, I think, and it has to do with a summer camp where the girls have to deal with technology in kind of an unexpected way. And I haven't never read anything by Tamara Ireland Stone, but I heard it's really good, and this comes out 9/5, so I bet I get to move on for this book. Another one was one that I got at BloggerCon. It's called The Wood by Chessie Boleski, and this is about a girl who, her father vanishes, and he is the guardian of the wood, and she has to become the guardian of the wood to not only find her father, but save the creatures in the wood. It sounded so cool, and it sounds creepy, and it's supposed to turn fall soon, so this sounds like a really, really fun read. Another book is another highly anticipated book that I got from BookCon, and that is One Dark Throne, which is the sequel to Three Dark Crowns. This book is really, really thick, so I hope to read it soon. And I know my friend my friend Jen, who's reading it right now, says the book is supposed to be she says it's really good, so hopefully I'll get to read this as well. I really did like Three Dark Crowns, and I thought the ending was like amazing, so hopefully I'll get to read this book next. The next one is also a book that is by my favorite author of the moment, and that is Alexandra Bracken. And this is her first middle grade novel, and it's also the dreadful Tale of Prospero Redding, a fiendish arrangement. And this has to do, I think it has to do with demons, but also magic. So hopefully I'll get to read this soon as well. The next book is also an arc that I got from Bloomsbury, and this book came out actually in July, and I just didn't get around to it. It's by Jessica Day George, and it has to do, I think it's a paranormal story, and it has to do with legends in 1890s and about these two cousins who learn they are more than they think. And these are two other arcs that I got one I got from BookCon and one I got as a giveaway from Habitable. But this is Suspect Red, and this takes place in 1953. The United States has just executed an American couple convicted of spying for the Soviet Union, and it is a multimedia novel, and I normally love those. And this, from what I gathered, is supposed to be like a historical fiction novel, and I really am excited to read this. It sounds so good, and I hope to figure out what the story is about because it sounds really interesting. And this book is also one that I won from Hypable.com, and it's called Nixia. And this is a science fiction novel, and it's by Scott Regnata, and it comes out in September as well. And I heard really good things about this. So, and he seems really, really funny on Twitter. So there are a lot of e-arcs that I have that I really want to read. I definitely hope to like actually read the sequel to Replica, Before She Ignites by Jodi Meadows, The Darkest Mine by Mindy McGinnis, Monster by Michael Grant, The Last Nembacera, which is the dragon book or a dragon book from Epic Reads. And also I have Berserkers and Wild Magic. And 0 Hours. So those are like all the books I could read. I don't know how many books I am going to be reading this month, but also I mentioned this on my blog. I am introducing a co-blogger to my site, and her name is Sarah. Sarah, if you're watching this, I'm so happy to have you, and she will be reading 3 books for me this month. She will be reading Alex and Eliza. She will be reading The Unscripted Life, or no, what is it called? Sorry. My Not So Perfect Life by Sophie Kinsella, and Dawn Breaks by Sarah B. Larson. So those are the books that she'll be reading. I hope to read a lot of these books because they sound so fascinating, but I will definitely keep you guys updated. Let me know in the comments what books you think I should read first, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!